One of the things I would also suggest to people in terms of investigating whether or not now is a good time to buy, one of the things I've seen from prospective homebuyers over many years is there's a tendency to assume that you're not in a position to buy. I mean, countless times I've maybe been put in touch with somebody by a real estate agent who's trying to, coax a first-time home buyer or any home buyer to consider buying a house. And sometimes when I start that conversation, they'll say, well, I'm not ready yet. I need to pay off some debt. I've got too many credit cards, or I don't think my income's quite there. And what I realize is that this person who I'm talking to has some preconceived notions about their ability to qualify to buy a house. And I always suggest to them, gently that, hey, look, I understand, don't want to push you, don't want to force you, but it might be worthwhile to have a little bit more in-depth conversation about your financial profile. Let someone like me evaluate your debt load. I can help you determine if it really is an obstacle to buy. And even if it is, I can help you by giving you some advice how to attack that debt in order to make sure you're in an optimum position to buy the house. And that goes true with, again, countless times I've talked to people, even today, who will say, yeah, I'd like to buy a house, but I haven't got the down payment saved up yet. I don't have that 20%. Again, that's a myth. You don't need 20% to buy a house. Most conforming programs, people don't realize, you can get a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loan if you're a first-time home buyer. That's called a conventional conforming loan with a 3% down payment. That's better than FHA. FHA is only 3.5%. And if you're looking to buy a home that might be in a more rural area, you can get a loan with 0 down payment through the USDA. So there are options, and so that's really the point, is before a prospective home buyer decides on their own, and maybe talking to their sphere of influence who tells them, no, you're not ready yet, you got to save up more money, you got to pay off more debt. Get one more opinion. Talk to somebody like me. I can tell you in pretty quick order if what you're worried about and what you think is preventing you from buying is really true, but I will add to that how you can get from that point to over here. I can give you some specific good advice about how to do that. But more often than not, what I find is I end up telling them, you know what? You can buy now. Your debt level isn't as bad as you think. You don't really need that, well, you definitely don't need that 20% down payment. You don't even need 10. You can very well maybe go with 5 or 3. So that's what's, I think, the one step that a lot of prospective home buyers don't take. And then part of it is maybe they're a little bit fearful, talking to somebody like me and having to get into the details of your financial profile can be a little bit uncomfortable. So part of what I have to do is reassure them that, look, I'm not making any judgments here. My job is to take your information and see what I can do with that to help you fit the criteria to get you from your renter here to your own homeowner over here. So that's really what I try to do. So.